Hello everyone and welcome. Before I get started, I've been having trouble with my sound. It's been testing, so just like to know if people can hear the game or my voice okay, if one's too loud, one's too quiet, all that kind of stuff. So you guys can have a more enjoyable stream. So how does the, can everyone hear the game okay? What if I did... How can I turn that off? Turn the game up a little bit. I'm not sure how to disable the... Let's see if I can change this chat thing a little bit. Okay, there we go. Does the game sound any better? Versus my voice and all that? Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna quickly go to my proper intro here because I just want to make sure everything is working fine. And hey city folk, welcome and thanks for visiting Shinosity. My name's Shane. Tonight I'll be streaming Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. And just sort of talking about the game, what I like about it, kind of memories and all that kind of stuff that I have with it. And if you're watching this, whether it be live or later, and you happen to enjoy it, it would be great if you consider subscribing to my channel and giving the video, the stream a thumbs up. And with that, let's jump into it. So today I'm going to try to, today I'm going to complete the game in the one stream and get it to 101%. What that means is finding all the bonus areas in every level. Now I don't know how much time it takes in real life, but in game time it says it takes me usually around an hour and a half, give or take. There, so. So I mentioned last stream that the Mario games are my favorites, but as far as platformers go, these come a quick second. And I play these quite a bit as well. Which, funny enough, I don't think I started with this one growing up. I think I started with the second one. Which I know I got... I think I got this one and then the second... No, I got the second one and then this one. And then the third, or maybe got the second, third, and first. I can't remember. Out of the main trilogy, this is my least favorite. But of course, I love all three of them. So it might not be my favorite of them, but that doesn't change. But that doesn't mean like I don't like it. When I first started streaming, this was one of the very first things I played. And I'm sort of quote-unquote rebooting my stream here since I switched to YouTube. So I thought it'd be cool to just go through this one again. And unlike before, I'm gonna go through the whole original trilogy. So we'll do this game today, and then next Tuesday we'll do number 2, and next Thursday we will do number 3. The nice thing about the bonus rooms in Donkey Kong Country 1 here is you don't have to win at the bonus games for them to count as completed. So that's definitely partially because, well, some of them technically can't be completed. With that said, how are all of you doing today? Okay, I hope your days have gone well. Or your nighttime, depending on what time you're viewing this. Just given all the different time zones and all that jazz. I'm in Eastern time. Here, so it's just after 7 o'clock. Or maybe what, 7:20 maybe or so? 7:15, 7:20. I technically slept all day before the stream, but I was up quite a bit during the day, so, and overnight. Last night I tested a stream here where I played Super Mario Bros. 1 for the SNES. And you know, that went alright, but I noticed afterwards in that stream that the sound was quite wonky and I had no idea, which is why I went and talked all about the sound before my intro today. Because there's nothing like finding out after your stream that you've messed up the sound. Everything's either too quiet or too loud. And even if I'm sort of just starting out, it's hard to feel like I'm doing a very good job if I'm messing up something like that. Some things like that, rather, so. Now I'm in the game's first water level, and another nice thing about the first game here is there are no bonus areas to find in the water levels. And to an extent, another thing that I really like about the Donkey Kong Country games, just in general, is that every level has their own gimmick that sets them just a little bit apart from all the other levels, even similar ones. I mean, this one doesn't have much going for it, but it's also just the very, very first water level. And you do get overlapping gimmicks sometimes. But there's nothing wrong with that. Now, of course, I'm really into platforming games, which is why series like Super Mario, Donkey Kong, and the like sit really well with me. But I'm also really into digital board games, digital card games, RPGs, puzzle games, and all sorts of stuff like that. Which, if you're new to the channel, well, I'm gonna have mostly a focus on platformers and card and board games. But when we're streaming, I may play other games as well. But for the main videos that will eventually arrive on my channel, well, they'll have more of a focus on the aforementioned platformers and board games. I like how with each of the Donkey Kong Country games, they refine the graphics just a little bit, where you can tell quite an increase in the graphics from number 1 to 2, even though some of the enemies look the same, which is good. And then the graphics really jump on number 3. And here we go, the boss of the first world already. Alright, we got the first world done. So for those who don't know the story, not that there's much of it, for this game is Donkey in a small cave under Donkey Kong's house or treehouse. He has a horde of bananas, and the Kremlings and King Krul and his Kremlings have basically taken all the bananas from Donkey Kong's horde, and he's fighting to get them back. But this trilogy of games are quite amazing, and I think they still hold up really good today. And I'm really hoping that, and preferably retro games, retro studios are able to announce at some point that they're, maybe E3 next year or something, that they have a third game in the Returns trilogy. But if you all like the Donkey Kong series, what's your favorite? My favorite in the series is definitely Tropical Freeze, followed by Donkey Kong Country 2. But again, they're all great. And if we're talking games in the series that are in Donkey Kong games that are not part of the country, I really like Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. I believe they also call it Donkey Kong 94. Even though, I'll be honest, I've never actually beaten it. I find puzzle games get really tough. Usually a little too tough for me after a little while. I haven't been going and collecting all the letters, but that doesn't matter in the original trilogy. If this is the Return series, that would be a different story. In that minecart level we just beat by and by, there is a warp zone you can take that instead of jumping into the blast barrel at the beginning of the level, you jump over it and you'll land in another barrel that takes you to a warp, which lands you in a minecart at the very end of the level. But I don't like taking the warps and what have you. I used to. I was a big fan of taking all the shortcuts when I could in games, and now I don't find it particularly fun to do that anymore. We will go in here and get our frog pal Winky, which I don't think Winky technically appeared in any of the other games. In the second game, they were replaced with Rattly the Rattlesnake. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because they had, because in this game you had, yeah, Winky the Frog, and what was it? Espresso the ostrich. Espresso didn't technically appear in another game, technically, though they did appear as part of a minigame in the GBA port/remake of Donkey Kong Country 2. So this is a cool level. For those who haven't seen this, for those who aren't aware, there's these enemies that you can't hurt, and they're quite fast, and you hit these go barrels, and it switches them to stop, and when the barrels are switched to stop, these special enemies are sleeping and can't hurt you. We missed a barrel. We missed a bonus, I think. I apologize in advance, stream. I think I'm gonna sneeze. That's the end of it. I quite often... My problem is that usually when I sneeze, I don't stop sneezing. I can promise I don't have a cold or anything. It just randomly... I have at least once a day, every day, that I just randomly start having this big sneezing fit. Excuse me, it's just never happened on my stream before. So I'm just gonna mute the mic for a second so I can blow my nose and you guys don't have to listen. I am really sorry about that stream for chat. Hopefully that's the end of it. Nothing really to be embarrassed about, but I still find it kind of embarrassing to be doing my sneezing on the stream. If nothing else, because usually mine are, honest to goodness, uncontrollable, but still, obviously uncontrollable, but they come across as pretty exaggerated. I have a tea here with me that I have to make sure that I keep sipping on throughout the stream so I don't get too dry or anything. I don't really care about completing these bonus rounds, so I just purposely fail at them so the bonus round ends quicker. And that helps me shave quite a bit off of my total time. I don't normally fail at that bonus round, and yet I'm 2 for 2 as far as failing at them. So I'm either just bad at them today, or it's just like half a millisecond latency between my capture device and the stream. No worries though. And for anyone just tuning in, I started this game not that many minutes ago actually, and I'm going to be completing the game in this one sitting and to perfect completion, which is for this game 101%. We are on World 3 now. The game definitely starts to ramp up in difficulty with this world. Well, I could have timed that a little better. Whoops. I was about to be, you know, let's be careful, don't want to lose a... Not ready to lose a life yet. And then I remembered we lost one, I believe, in the first of the minecart levels. So what are some other say, platformers that you guys like? For me, as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of the Super Mario Brothers. Here's games. Of course, the Donkey Kong. Okay then. The Donkey Kong Country games. I'm also a big fan of the Kirby games. The Metroid series are technically platformers, I think, so I'll count those as well. Sensing a bit of a Nintendo theme here, which I do love me some Nintendo. Some other games I like that are platformers are Castlevania, yeah, Blaster Master. Oh gosh, there's so many. It always feels weird when I draw a blank at my own favorites. There's other series too that even if they're not my favorites, they're still really fun to play, like the legendary Starfy games, which I believe we only got one of over here. What else? Those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head at the moment, but there's definitely more. Oh, I will say actually, the Astro Boy game, Astro Bot game that came bundled with PS5s, that game was awesome. And I really had a blast playing that one. Oh, how could I forget games like Banjo-Kazooie? The more so the first one. I'm not the biggest fan of the second. I think they took a lot of missteps on it. Just gotta pause the game for a second. I'm sorry, chat. Gotta blow my nose. Don't want you guys to have to hear it. I have to listen to that though. I'll be right back. I am so sorry. I thought I was done with all that and then... apparently not. Let's hope that's the end of it. I'm playing the game through the, looking at the game through the stream, but there is just a hint of lag. You barely notice it. At most, it's about at most, there's about, yeah, a millisecond, maybe even a quarter of a millisecond lag. I have a proper TV beside me that's displaying the game in quote-unquote full real time without any of the lag. So for some of the tricky parts in that level, I had to just look at that because that super quick, can't even really notice the lag, was still throwing me off in that level. I like how this game hasn't really entirely confined itself to the typical platformer themes. When I say typical, but especially for Nintendo. So you look at something like Mario, where you always have the grassy world, and then you have the desert world, usually followed by the water or the ice world, and so on and so forth. Well, this game, you do start in this game's equivalent of the grasslands, but it doesn't feel the same. That, and then you had the quote-unquote desert area, which is actually more of a ruins area, and even then you're spending most of your time in caverns, so you're not really seeing anything desert-like. And this world is a jungle, which you're actually seeing more jungle levels, but they do have that mix of other things as well. Now that one I purposely failed because I do not like collecting those animal tokens. You get enough of them and they send you to a bonus area where you are that animal. You collect 3 of a token and you transform to the animal, this token you collected, and it's great for collecting one-ups, and it's a fun time. But it eats away at it just increases the amount of time it takes to get through the game. And they tend to send you backwards in the level a bit, and I'm not a fan of that. So I believe this is the second of only 2 ruins levels in this game. But in Donkey Kong Land 1, which is sort of a remake/reimagining of this game, I do appreciate that they went all out and had a lot of these ruins type levels. Really ran with it, and had some pretty unique gimmicks as well. Again, that's one thing I really appreciate, and what makes the Donkey Kong Country games so fun, is they experiment quite a bit. No 2 levels are the same. Well, I mean, that goes without saying, but I mean really not the same, even when they feel the same. Whoops. So like the first ruins level, you did have, both of them do have you avoiding the beavers in the spinning rocks. However, the first one they were bobbing up and down, moving side to side. This one you're actually being chased by them. So this level is interesting. Most levels have 1 to 2 and sometimes 3 bonus areas. This level has, I want to say 7. I could be wrong, it might be 6. Just to cover my bases, it's somewhere between 6 and 8 bonus areas. The most of any level in the entire game. And I don't know how people are necessarily supposed to find out about this first, especially this first one. Because I just saw we went and got espresso. And we have to bring espresso back over here. Didn't kill enough of the enemies, so of course it's slow. Then we fly from there. And hidden bonus room. Fail this purposely again so we get through it quickly, and each one of these grants us, there's a bunch and they grant us animal tokens, things I'm avoiding anyway. So I'm gonna take this. This has put us, after beating the bonus round, the game put us basically at the end of the level. So there's 3. Oh, we died. So there's at least 2 more that we're missing, so 5 bonus areas? Thought I was covering my base and stuck with the number wrong. Oh well. I think I missed a DK barrel. A lot of these bonus rounds are in this level are hidden very sneakily. Take out the Monkey Kong so we can safely bring this barrel with us. And find the last bonus area. I didn't know about this secret till somewhat recently. You could find the Engard over here. No, wait. No, I think I knew about him. I think there's another Engard you can find in the next water level that I didn't know about. My bad. So how are you? So how are you all doing, chat? I rambled on a bit much. So yeah, how are your days going, or your evenings? Hopefully you all don't hear too much of what's going on in the background. My partner and our roommate are playing games in the other end of the house, and I believe in the remake of this for the Game Boy Advance, they added something to this boss to make it a little bit more difficult. I can't remember what that is because it's been a very long time since I played the remake. I think it's angry. I think it's angry. Three bosses down, 4 more to go. Let's keep. All right, World 4. So what are some games you guys are all excited for coming out? They don't have to be platformers. They can be whatever you like. I know for me, for other genres, I'm looking forward to what's coming out this month and next month. So there's a game that actually just came out that I didn't get yet, that's called, I think, Dungeon Encounters by Square Enix, and it looks really interesting. Don't know if I can tell from the graphics or from the screenshots and the trailers rather that it'll be one that I'll enjoy. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. But I think the concept seems interesting. And there's another Square Enix game called well, sorry, I was yawning, and so I wasn't able to pay enough attention to my character, to Diddy. Yeah, so there's another game coming out. Something about Isle and Dragon and Cards. I can't remember the exact title of it. I tried the demo. I'm not sure what to think about it. No, my boyfriend Max tried the demo, and they really enjoy it. So I'm gonna give that another shot at some point. And it's about to come out, or has just come out. And then there's another game called Sorry, I think for this level I gotta look at the other screen. There's a level, or there's other games like the Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, and Super Mario, or Mario Party 3 Superstars. The new update slash DLC for Animal Crossing. I'm really excited for that. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are coming out. Shin Megami Tensei 5. It just doesn't end. But you know, I really like games, so there's not a whole lot that I am able to do in a day. Oh, that's weird. I didn't know there was a platform there. It may not seem like it because I'm here on the stream and talking to you guys fine, or seemingly fine, but I do have some invisible you call them disabilities that make it so that at least in this point in my life I'm not able to actually properly go and work. And it gets really boring, and it gets really, really boring staying at home. And I know not everybody would like somebody on disability buying, you know, games and stuff like that, but you know, after getting all my rent and essentials and stuff done, gotta have something to do. And I know a lot of people talk about how they wish they could be off and didn't have to work and stuff. But I have to say, after not doing it for a while, it's actually quite boring. I mean, not having that job to go to. That said, I have found other ways to put in my time as well, so I'm able to do a lot of stuff around the house and get a lot of housework and all that stuff done. And being at home to do all that gives me a what would you call it? It gives me a chance to be in an environment that has all the accessibilities I need to do all that while coping with my disabilities. So that is something, and then after I finished all that stuff, I sit and play games for a bit. And luckily everybody around me is super supportive, but because of all this and my disabilities and my somewhat, I guess you'd call it quite poor mental health, having something like video games to distract me is quite a blessing. And the reason I have decided to try to stream, well, it's something I've always kind of been interested in for a while. And one thing I do have on top of everything else is, oh shoot, I went the wrong way. I'm also autistic, and I can get hyperfixated on certain hobbies. And my main fixation when it comes to my main hyperfixation is my video games. I have managed to figure out how to manage my fixation so I get other things done. But because of my fixation and what have you, the games do mean an awful lot to me, and I'm very passionate about them. And this way, by streaming for all of you guys, that's an outlet for me to not only enjoy the thing I'm super interested and fixated on, but I can share that passion with other people. And that's what I hope to accomplish with my streams, and eventually my videos when I get them. Now this level, I don't like this level. There's a bonus round in here that to get to it, you have to get espresso quite far into the level. So we're going to skip the bonus area that's up there. And I'm looking at the other screen again. And we're going to try to get espresso to this other bonus area that's... No! You know what? We'll just bow down the hole. Okay, let's try this again. It's not terribly difficult, but I always run into a bit of trouble trying to get espresso across this level. There's just so many things that cause me to lose espresso, and the worst part is of course there's no way to avoid the halfway barrel in this level. So when I lose espresso, I have to keep going back and I have to finish the level again before I get another chance. Oh, you know what? We're going to do this bonus round because if I get all 3 blue balloons, we get a 3-up. So here we'll beat the level, then we'll go back in and get the first bonus area that we missed. Like I said, not terribly difficult, but I still tend to run into trouble, at least once when I'm trying to do it. Also, I just realized I didn't touch on the music. That's another great thing about these games. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, and Returns especially, because the amazing composer David Wise, who did the music for those games, I do understand that he didn't do the music, or at least didn't do all the music for number 3, which is why it sounds quite a bit different. And I love all the remixes he did of the Donkey Kong Country sounds, especially for number 2, that he remade for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is an absolutely phenomenal game. and tough as nails. So maybe the gimmicks are kind of similar to other levels. Like this one, we're being chased. But chased sort of in a different way than we were in the ruins of the last world. Balloon. And so I guess it was that other level that that other water level, Clam City, in the previous world that when I said I only recently learned about that one secret area, and then I wasn't sure. I can confirm now that definitely was that other level that I recently just learned to do. I love using end gardens in underwater levels. You don't have to keep pressing the button to swim, and he's a lot more agile. Torchlight Trouble, the only level that we get to see squawks. But luckily, they get to be put in a better role in the next two games. It isn't too bad in the Return series that you only got to use technically Rambi or Rambi. I haven't shown this yet, but I have a... Oh, yeah. That's weird. His tie isn't green, but for some reason it's acting like it is. But I have a Donkey Kong shirt that I wore specifically for this stream. I don't wear it often. If anything, I wear my Mario shirts and my Pokemon shirts more than anything. And my Zelda shirts. Another treetop level. These, I don't know why, but I just know that when I was growing up, these treetop levels, as hard as they are, I think were always my favorite theme in this game. It's a shame it's another one where there's only two. Just another thing, so in this game, of course, they don't stick to one type of level theme, despite the themes of the worlds. And even when they're reusing themes, they try to do something to make it a bit more original. So in This is an ice world, we've traveled across snowy mountain tops and dark caverns, underwater. Now we're on treetops. And I like how the one cavern they made it all crystal-like. Which is of course a theme they'd revisit for Donkey Kong 64. Speaking of which, what are chat's opinion on Donkey Kong 64? Personally, I really like it, but I also think it has a lot of flaws. I think there are too many collectibles, and if nothing else, I'm not big on the having to keep switching characters to get the collectibles. And a lot of the bonus mini-games in there to get some of the golden bananas just aren't all that fun and a little too difficult. So here we go, we're fighting the beaver again. But this time he's angry. Getting really angry at us this time. Not angry enough, apparently. We still won pretty quickly. If I recall growing up, I also really liked these beaver enemies. There's something about them, because I remember, I think it was in 6th grade, we were making comic. One of our assignments was to make our own little short comic strips, and I made mine based around the beavers from this game. Don't remember much about it aside from that though. Oh, so here we go. This is a bonus round that I have to complete. So this one we want to get all the singular banana. And by getting the singular banana, we get a barrel, and then we want to jump into the end of this bonus area here. And it takes to a super hidden secret bonus area. And this is the only one like this in the game. And I really don't know how people were supposed to figure that one out. I don't remember how I first learned about it. Probably from a friend. Because I never had the guide for this, but one of my friends did, so probably from them. So when I was first playing this game and getting it perfect, of course I may do myself a bit here, but didn't have access to go on the internet and look up walkthroughs and all that stuff. If you're just tuning in, or if you've been here, or if you've been watching all along, comment below what your favorite of the Donkey Kong games are. it doesn't have to be a Donkey Kong Country game. It can be the original arcade games, one of the country games. I'll even count the Mario and Donkey Kong one. Excuse me. And comment who your favorite Kong character is. The ones off the top of my head that I know of course are Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Candy Kong, Funky Kong, Cranky Kong, Wrinkly Kong, what is it, Swanky Kong? And then Tiny Kong, Lanky Kong, Chunky Kong. Oh, Dixie Kong, of course. I don't know how I could have forgot her because she is my favorite. So this is one of my 2 least favorite levels in the entire game because it is the equivalent of an auto-scroller. Well, I mean, I guess it technically... it technically is, but it's also technically not an auto-scroller in a manner of speaking. If you want to get really technical, which that's usually what I do. I don't like levels where the pacing gets broken and I have to wait around. Yeah. Pardon me, chat. I'm just gonna flip my cushion around here because I have yet to get myself a proper computer chair because they are expensive and I can't afford one. Not at this time anyway, and the help I got, and the help I did get affording things, I chose to get things for my setup, like my capture card and the microphone. And as kind of painful as it can be sometimes sitting on these hard kitchen chairs, like the one I'm using. Chair's a chair. And I as of yet can't properly afford a green screen, so the one I'm using I've actually made myself. Although it seems to be working fine, it actually likes to fall, so when I can, I'm gonna save up, or I guess my partner and I are gonna save up and get a proper one. So even though I will be, again, quite often be streaming games like that, like platformers and the card games and board games, and here I am also going to be streaming some other games. like, for example, I would really like to stream Link's Awakening on this remake on the Switch at some point, and in time, when the channel has grown a bit more, I would like to do some Jackbox party games with the chat. If nothing else, involve them in the audience. And there's other games I like to play, like Phasmophobia, and I'd like to try getting through Dark Souls 3. Just because I'm focusing on, again, the platformer card and board games as my sort of niche, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. Doesn't mean I won't have other things. And if these times don't work for people, like, I am debating streaming at different times instead of my set 7 o'clock. Because my partner Max runs a channel on Twitch streaming games called Silver and Skulls. And one moment, please. The office is also where the cat's food is, and they're asking to be let in to eat. So I'll be right back. Yeah, so my partner Max on his channel Silver and Skulls on Twitch streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the same time, and then I do the Tuesdays and Thursdays. But one thing we like to do is to sort of hang out online with his siblings and some of our friends, and they're not necessarily always available during the day, during the times that we're both free from our streaming. So one thing I'm thinking of doing is setting it up so that I'm streaming on same days that he is, just different times, so that we have a couple days extra that we have free during the week. And it's quite amusing because my partner, or my boyfriend, is playing, I believe, Civilization 6 on their computer at the other end of the house. And with the brother, and I can hear him. I don't hear everything he's saying, but I can hear some of the words. And when you don't hear everything that's going on, it's quite funny. What's funny here, and what I'm also thankful for, is that our characters are not dying or having a hard time breathing, despite the fact that this pond we decided to jump in is clearly toxic and most likely radioactive at this point from all the waste from the factory. But I like that better than having your typical meters, oxygen meters and the like. Makes it less stressful, then you can focus on just the action. And apologies I'm not talking as much as I was at the beginning of the stream. I'm still getting into the swing of things and I'm not... I feel like I'm almost running out of things to say without risking repeating things I've already said. Which I have probably already done a few times. Vanguard is a lifesaver in this level. So I really don't want to lose him. Okay, we're at the arrow sign. That means the level is almost done. Whoa. Oh my goodness. There. Whoa. So here's one of my cats. His name's Mika. He's a big boy. He's half Maine Coon. There, I'm just gonna go let him out now that he's done eating. He's a good boy, we love him. I think we've had him for, gosh, must be at least 6 years. Maybe 7. We're saying that out loud. It's just wild to think about. The last several years have gone by just like that. It's crazy. Oh, I forgot, not supposed to jump there. I'm generally pretty good at the game. But hopefully that shows through the stream. But practice makes perfect. I'm still not, I have a long way to go. I replay this series in the classic 2D Mario games all the time. And I love seeing how much I can improve and how fewer lives I can lose, how much quicker I can get through them. So I don't know if I'm still learning a lot about that sort of stuff. So just in case, as a warning here, I'm gonna add a photosensitivity warning before I go in this level. Because the whole point of the level is that it is flashing from normal to black to normal to black constantly throughout the level. So if you have sensitivity to lights or any of that sort of stuff, you may have trouble with this one level. But if you do, you can look away and I will let you know when the level is done. I do like this level. It certainly does feel original. How did I miss the fact that I got the checkpoint? I'll blame it on darkness. We'll stay on this platform because the banana leads the way to a bonus area. So by completing that bonus area... No! Dang it. Sorry, chat. We are going to just fall down this hole for a sec because I missed a bonus area and I'd rather only go through half the level again than all of it, given that we're trying to save time. And dying and redoing this only in half again is going to be much quicker than redoing the whole level from scratch. I don't know if I'll make it or not, but I'm aiming to get the game done in less than an hour and a half. Or at dang it. Or at most an hour and a half. And if we make that goal, great. If we don't, that's okay too. It's good to set goals when you're playing new games. But just make sure that you don't base your entertainment on your goal. Unless your goal is to have fun. If you don't succeed at your goal in a game, you can always try again. The important thing is the journey. That's what I feel anyway. Shoot. Wow, I'm having so much trouble here. remember this much trouble the last time I played this, which was back in somewhere around the end of May, beginning of June of this year. Get this bonus area again because it's all seems to be the only way I can get that barrel. There we go. To get this bonus area we're trying to get, we have to throw the metal barrel and land on it so you can ride it and get this bonus area. So woohoo, we got it. So this is definitely the most interesting boss of the bunch. He just throws different enemies at you, and when you beat them, he hits the ground, tries to smush you, and then gets tired and throws more enemies at you, and you technically can't actually hurt him. Instead, he kind of hurts himself when he's hitting the ground. Yahoo! The 5th boss done. Just one more world and 2 bosses left. So we have the second auto-scrolling level. To get this to get the bonus area in this, we skip over the fuel and let it fall and take us to the bonus. What's interesting about this level's gimmick is the fact that the platform that you have to ride on is constantly running out of gas, very quickly rather, running out of fuel. So it's your job to, constantly be collecting the fuel canisters scattered throughout the level. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the bonus area we just got is the only one in this level. I'm pretty certain anyway. Always forget about that canister. However, we also don't need it. You can tell I'm still nervous when I'm doing this, when I'm trying to do the streams. And I'm still getting into my groove because I get really itchy and fidgety and all that. And how are you all doing? You're still doing alright? I think that's the only one. Yeah. I remembered. And I'm happy I was right, because that means I don't have to go back into that level. Oh, did I miss that? Nope. Backtracking for nothing. Oh well. No, I have to get another cushion or something. My apologies. Even with my cushions here, it's starting to really hurt sitting on this chair. It doesn't normally, but last night and today, I don't know why. So over the next few weeks, my goal is to, as far as streaming, so we'll continue doing platformers till the end of next week, and then I think after that I'm gonna switch and see if we can do maybe. So let's say card games and platformers, so we'll switch between them. So maybe 1 week we'll do a platformer both days, and another week we'll do a card game or a board game. That said, on the, I believe it's the 29th, on the 29th of this month, Mario Party Superstars is coming up for the Switch. And you better believe I'm picking that up. So I will have my partner on here that day, and well, maybe not exactly the 29th, because I think they're streaming that day. Oh, excuse me. We'll have it soon after. We'll have it either the day it comes out or the day after it comes out. I will stream a round of Mario Party, the Superstars. With my partner. I'm sure they'll be up for that. And then we'll just sort of there's a bonus area somewhere in this game that looks it's in a similar spot. I guess it's just not this level. Yeah, but I have all kinds of, don't know if you'll all find them cool, hopefully, but card and board games that I enjoy, and I'd love to share them all with you. Now I tried a couple of them are in Japanese, so we'll see how that works. I may or may not do the Japanese ones, because I tried that once before and I didn't do a very good job at it. But if I can get better at that, then I might add some Japanese ones to the mix. And I have quite a few of them on... I have a fair number of board games and card games on Steam as well. And on top of that, I actually just got a Humble Bundle package that had a bunch of digital card and board games, including DLC for some of them. I'll admit some of them I haven't played and they're kind of complex, so I don't know if I feel comfortable trying to do them on stream or not. We'd have to see. I don't mind learning new things while I'm on the stream per se, but the really complicated ones I can get pretty... It makes me kind of feel really stupid trying to learn them because sometimes they get too complicated for me. And I don't want to be trying something on the stream for the first time that's going to make me look terribly incompetent. And then for some of the board games, of course, and the card games, we'll be bringing guests in, like Max. And because playing with another person is definitely better than just playing as the AI. So let's see how that all goes. Some of the board games that we have, digitally anyway, are... So there's Small World, Ticket to Ride, Scythe, Heart of Crown. No, Heart of Crown is a card game. Monopoly, Game of Life, Pandemic, which, you know, quite fitting. And then we have... I have so many of them, I can't think of them all off the top of my head. For card games, we have Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, Ascension, Heart of Crown, Smash Up, Shadowverse, Cardfight Vanguard, though Cardfight Vanguard I only have available in Japanese. What else? For platformers, we have lots of Mario, lots of Donkey Kong, lots of Kirby. Metroid, Legendary Starfy. Some of those are Japanese, but you don't really need to know the language to play them. But I do know some Japanese. Is here. We have... I wish I wouldn't draw blanks when I'm trying to explain something to people. Well, but say la vie. So we have... Oh, there's the Wario Land games. Mega Man, Castlevania, Blaster Master, all kinds of them. Like, I love my platformers. And there's new ones out coming out all the time. I believe this is the last secret bonus area of the entire game, which is exciting because we're on the last level. And I've just realized I forgot to tell everybody when we were done that other level. Well, the one with the lights that I said. Oops. This guy's more difficult because, unlike before where you could just jump on his head when he popped out, now we have to wait for him to stop spewing his nuts before we can hit him. But we did it. So that is the end of World 6. So we just have one more boss to go. The captain himself. Captain K. Rool. I love the fact that he's in Smash now. I was busy thinking of making sure I was saying what I wanted to say in chat, and I forgot that he runs multiple times. And sorry I am so fidgety. At this point, it's just because it's getting really painful to sit in this chair for some reason. I will have to fix that for next stream. Two, three. Yahoo! We did it! The end question mark. As I'm sure most of you know, these credits are fake. We actually have one more phase to go. Alright, we beat him for real. First try too. He's not that difficult, but some of those when he's doing those small jumps, that can be difficult. Well done, Donkey, my boy. Who would have thought a young whippersnapper like you could have beaten that bunch of no-good Kremlings? You've made an old man proud. Go look in your hoard. I think you'll be in for a surprise. If I had been playing, I'd have found everything. I'm sure there must have been some bonus rooms you haven't found. Are there? Oh, I hope he's wrong. Thought I was being careful to make sure we found them, but maybe we missed some. I like the credit scenes where you get to see all the characters go by. The bad guys, Naughty, Necky, Army, Zinger, Slippa, Menky Kong, Mini Necky, the aquatic bad guys, Bite Size, Croctopus, Chomps Jr., Chomps, Clambo, Squidge. I like these animations. Or the skits, rather. The Kremlings. Critter. Clump. Crash. Claptrap. Rock. Crusher. The bosses. Very Naughty. Master Necky. Queen Bee. Really Naughty. Boss Dumb Drum. Master Necky Sr. And King K. Rool. The good guys. Rambi. Espresso. Engard. Winky. Squawks. The Kongs. Is it my turn yet? Funky Kong. Candy Kong. Surely it's me next. Cranky Kong. Diddy Kong. Donkey Kong. Her friends are awfully mean to each other. And who invited all these enemies and what have you into Donkey Kong's house? I did this using 1 life. And it took less than an hour. And we have the main credits. We'll let these go by quickly. Well, as quick as they'll go anyway. And then the game will save for us and restart, and we'll see how we did. And if we missed any bonus areas, we'll just have to go back and find them. Excuse me. Rare has made some pretty awesome games over the years. So let's see how we did. We missed something. Oh no, where did we miss? We have 100, we did it in 125 minutes. That would have been the quickest time too. Dang it. I've had a lot of fun, but that is so frustrating. We're not gonna beat my, that would have been my best time, but because we have to go back and find this, it's not going to count. Dang it. I was worried about that when Cranky Kong mentioned the end of the game. Where did I miss it? 'Cause this is the first time I've beat the game and it's told me I haven't had 101%. So it's definitely in the last world somewhere. Is it in the last level? Did I miss something? What? Did I miss something? I am so confused. What have I missed? What on earth did I miss here? I had the stupidest idea. Is it because I didn't go in here? I normally check this at the beginning of the game and I didn't. No, chat, I am so confused. I didn't think that would be it. This hasn't happened before when I played. Okay. Exclamation point. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes. I promised y'all we're gonna get in my description and on the title card here that, oh, it's in this level, Temple Tempest. I missed one in here. Oh, you know what I missed? The one where you get, there's a part here where you get Espresso the Ostrich, and I think that's what I've missed. That has to be what I've missed. I think that's this level. Chat, this is honestly driving me nuts. Do you know how long it's been since I've missed anything in this game? I can't remember where to go for this. It's not it. Hello? Oh. Oh, this is so awful. Oh, wait. I have to... Oh, I know what I've missed now. I have to carry this over. Sigh. There, we've done it. Oh, we wouldn't have beat my best time after all. Never mind, not too bad. I thought I read my one below. I read the 2 from the file underneath and the 7 from the file above. Thought it was an hour and 27 minutes, so that's not too bad. I'm still happy with it. Just a little annoyed about what happened at the end there. But we got it, we've done it. 101%. We've completed the game in one sitting. And yeah, so that was Donkey Kong Country 1. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Again, let me know down in the comments what your favorite Donkey Kong game is. Doesn't have to be a Donkey Kong Country game. And who your favorite Kong character is. Or even your favorite boss. And let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed it and you haven't already, please consider liking the video, and subscribing. It would do my channel a lot of good, and I would really appreciate it. And also, if you enjoyed this, I'll be streaming Donkey Kong Country 2 on Tuesday next week at about 7:10 p.m. Eastern, 4:10 Pacific. And we'll try to beat as much of the game as we can, the whole game, maybe, in that time. Anyway, until then, we'll see y'all later, and thank you very much for joining the stream. See ya!